That's just an example of the capabilities of our planet to self-regulate. Just like that, the same applies to all natural systems such as soil generation, regeneration, including natural minerals and element formations across all inorganic and organic layers. So the planet is in a constant self-regulation state to ensure the sustainability of the species and all the other biological life forms inside the vessel. And then there is a visual representing this. So I was just making reference to this in the previous video, but that is essentially what it is. If you understand it, is that so the planet is so intelligent that knows everything. It knows the energy reading of signature of everything that exists because everything is energy. So it knows, at a what you would call, the lowest of levels, which is the element level, right? It knows the energy of it, its electromagnetic field, the spherical energy of all the elements and its isotopes and everything that there is, right? All the energy of it. And because it knows it about inorganic matter, organic matter, biological matter, no biological matter, it knows everything about everything. And it can have a reading, a life state of that specifically. And because that's just the way it is, and it has everything essentially as a life state, it's known, then you think of soil, for example. Soil, what's soil? If you think of the surface, right? When we think of soil in a big way, soil is just this mix. It's a mix of compounds. And a lot of them happen to be organic, and a lot of them happen to be inorganic, minerals, and that, but they all play a role, right? And there is many types of soils, and many types of surfaces on the ground, right? So and what are they all based on? Well, they're based on their own specific climates and locations and conditions, right? So some of them are just specific minerals and deposits that make it look in specific ways, like, say, for example, clay. Some of them might look like mud. Some of them might look like regular dirt. Some of them might look like really good high quality soil. And like that, you got to think of the layers of the planet and everything. All that, each and one of them has an energy structure. Each and one of those molecules that make up, say, clay, has an energy reading, right? That makes it so. It binds it into matter, right? So that energy reading is spherical in nature, and our planet measures that. Everything. So everything is measured. And because everything is measured by our planet, it doesn't matter how small of a speck. Everything is calculated. So it knows everything about everything. So it has this natural ability, because of the way the planet is, because of life and energy and how it works, to naturally self-regulate into the best conditions given the current state of the biosphere. And a big way of that regulation has to do with the climates and the weathers around them. When it's in a dormant state, which is what it is now, meaning that it's just remaining in the way it looks, meaning we're not actively reshaping the landscape with our technologies. Because as I mentioned, we could do so any moment. We can start changing the way things look on the surface, and it will be natural, organic. It won't be like, primitive technologies, digging holes and making noise, right? None of that. It would just be reshaping how the surface looks, the landscape, what we call the continents, the lands and territories of the Republic of Planet Earth, our surface, the planet. We can change it at will, because right now it's just in this self-regulating state, which is just doing it at a rate which is simply, it's not being commanded. It's just maintaining itself, self-regulating itself to support the life systems, which is us, so we can live on the surface. That's all it's doing. But we're humans, so we're starting to command it, and we're starting to change things a little bit, because we're going to regenerate the soils, and we're going to do all sorts of things. Because think about the foundation of the planet. The foundation of the planet is inorganic, which means it's all these deposits of minerals that we have beneath the surface. And this is by purpose, because that's the foundation that we use to regenerate the soils and regenerate the surface and reshape everything with the energy that we get from the core. And at the same time, as we are reshaping things on the surface, with the energy of the core, we regenerate the new inorganic foundation that is just there as the reserves. And that's how it works. It's a constant process. And we're going to very soon start tapping into it, because there is major changes that we need to do to the landscapes and the surface. And this is going to be explained very shortly in volume 2, 3, and 4 of Sansons. But this is volume 1, so I'm explaining the foundation. But this is going to happen. And this, you're going to start to see how things are going to start looking a lot better for everyone. Things will be much greener and much more natural. A lot of the pollution, a lot about the things that you see on the surface right now were caused by the lunar period. So they all gonna go. And these things are just gonna go very nice for everyone. And this is just gonna happen very soon. Okay, so this is this video.